Alright, BCCI results are in. Anurag Thakur has been appointed as the secretary of the BCCI. Thakur beat Srinivasan backed Sanjay Patel for the post. Boria Majumdar, consulting editor, is now joining us with more details. Boria, that seemed to be a very close contest between the two. What does it indicate? All right, we'll be joined by Boria Majumdar in just a bit. Let me quickly take you through some of the other results that are coming in as well. We understand that for the vice president's post, there's been a tie between C.K. Khanna and Scindia. That is another result that's coming in. But the very interesting result there for the secretary of the BCCI, the contest was between Anurag Thakur and Sanjay Patel. Anurag Thakur has won that by just one vote. Boria is with us now. Boria, very close contest between Sanjay Patel and Anurag Thakur there. What does it indicate?
It's a hugely close contest. I mean, it could not have gotten closer than this. Two things it indicates. One, there was political lobbying, political influencing on, as we've been reporting on headlines today since morning. Two, it does tell us that now there is a significant opposition in that BCCI. 15-14, and if you see other results also, which we are flashing in our ticker, 16-13 for treasurer, joint secretary, there was a tie, it was a casting vote decision. So all of these tell you now there are two camps in that BCCI, which for you and I, people like you and I, should bring in transparency, accountability and cleansing, because there will be no one party rule, one member rule. Anurag Thakur winning, Dalmia winning, obviously it's a big dent to the Srinivasan camp. Srinivasan wanted Sanjay Patel initially as president, then as secretary, failing that. At the same time, Rajiv Shukla losing, Chetan Desai losing, means the Pawar camp did not get its way all over. Srinivasan camp won those two positions. So it's a very mixed panel. It's half here, half there kind of panel, which should put serious pressure on all of the office bearers to try and deliver. As far as I'm concerned, now we want to see accountability, transparency and cleansing, and all of these people will have the serious responsibility to do that.
Boria, also help us understand that yesterday, after you brought to us first on headlines today about how Jagmohan Dalmia was emerging as the consensus candidate for the BCCI president's post, there was a slight twist with Anurag Thakur's name cropping up in between. What had happened really?
Yes, I mean, once Jagmohan Dalmia was almost decided, as we said on headlines today, Anurag Thakur claiming he had BJP support, wanted to throw his hat in the ring as president. But thereafter, senior BJP politicians are said to have worked on him, prevailed on him, and Sharad Pawar prevailed on him to go for secretary, which is what he did. Then around 2 p.m, when the nominations were being filed, Jagmohan Dalmia filed his nomination for president, won unopposed. All the 6 East Zone members supported Dalmia. Then Anurag Thakur filed from the Pawar camp, whereas Sanjay Patel, the incumbent secretary or the former secretary now, filed from the Srinivasan camp. So it was a two-horse race there, and a direct contest between the Pawar camp and the Srinivasan camp for the positions of secretary, joint secretary and treasurer. And here Anurag Thakur, because he's a BJP stalwart, I'm sure he got BJP votes. He managed to just scrape through one vote. So clearly the BCCI is now divided. Srinivasan's hold over the BCCI is diminished. At the same time, Sharad Pawar does not have that kind of clout to get all of his members elected, which is why you see Anirudh Choudhary beating Rajiv Shukla for the post of treasurer. You see Amitabh Chaudhary winning by a casting vote. It was a tie for the post of joint secretary between Amitabh Chaudhary and Chetan Desai. So it was a casting vote decision which was given by Shivlal Yadav that got the joint secretary position. So clearly BCCI now is a divided house.
Boria, if you could quickly take us through some of the highlights of Anurag Thakur and his career as a cricket administrator.
Anurag Thakur has risen the ranks. I mean, he's been around for the longest time. The biggest credit to him is that stadium in Dharamshala, one of the best stadiums in the country. To be able to build a stadium in Dharamshala in that weather and to get it ICC recognition was a huge achievement. That's what Anurag Thakur did. Coming from a political family, I mean, he's been associated with cricket. In that 2004-5 election which Sharad Pawar beat Jagmohan Dalmia, he was with the Jagmohan Dalmia combine. Eventually gave way to Rajinder Zar at that point in time, but thereafter came back in the board, held key positions, recently was joint secretary, now becomes secretary, which is the second most powerful position in the BCCI. So clearly Anurag Thakur has a huge future. I mean, he was vying for president till yesterday. So maybe some point in time, don't forget, next time it's North Zone's turn and Anurag Thakur comes from that zone. So who knows, some years down the line, 2.5 years down the line, will it be his turn to become president?
Boria Majumdar, many thanks for getting us those details about the BCCI elections.